Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen last week's episode, it was filled with great time management advice, so please click the link above and watch it. This week's episode features Shayavia, a female portrait photographer who is changing the way how the industry views femininity and women's positions in entertainment. Without further ado, please enjoy. Hi everyone, so I'm here with, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Shayavia, Gold-Hearted on Instagram, a photographer.
And you're actually the first female photographer that we've shot with, so this is like groundbreaking. It's good to have like another female.
Yes. Women need to come together, actually.
No, it's so true, because it's a man-dominated industry.
To be honest, a lot of people are shocked that, you know, when they find out that I am a female, they're shocked that I'm a female. They're
really?
Like, oh, like I thought you were a guy the whole time, and I'm like, no.
Just based off, like, so what area of photography are you in? Like, what do you mostly do?
Portrait.
Cool.
Do the hair, I do the makeup. I'm striving to open up a magazine for, just for ordinary people. Yeah.
So Gold-Hearted Magazine. Everybody, make sure you look out for that in the future. And we actually shot together today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna link the shoot below when everything is set and done, and I'm actually gonna insert some photos of past shoots that we've done.
Yes.
So
we had about, what, this is our fourth?
Yeah, it's like third or fourth. I just love working with you because you have like this eye, like she's very, I don't want to say mystic, that's not the word for, like you're like out, but it's not out to the point where it's like bizarre, like it's really artistic. It's like really gorgeous, like the way how you play with colors, the way you play with black and white. Today we actually did a black and white shoot.
Yes. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited too.
I don't really touch black and white. I'm very loud. So this is gonna be different. Okay, so the show is basically things models shouldn't do. So I always ask, what are your top 3 pet peeves with models that you've worked with in the past? Pet peeves. Okay, number 1, closing yourself. Like, if you're not here to open your mind as to, like, you know, what we're gonna do to create a difference within photography, then that's a number 1 peeve of mine, because I've had many people say like, oh, like I don't want this makeup color, or I don't want this, or can I do that? And I'm like, you know, you have to open up your mind in order to see, like, you know, somebody else see you in a different eye. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to not be yourself. To come here and think of like other people, like,
yeah, I get what you mean, like not be in the zone, because it's all about the vibe that you're playing off.
To not be yourself, or to, I guess, you know, the night before you're excited.
Oh, like you mean like models that like rehearse that say like, oh, I've seen this shoot, can we do something like that?
Can we be like Kim Kardashian? Can we be like Naomi Campbell? And I'm like,
like, no.
You can try.
You're like, it's like, for me, I think the thing that I have to remind myself working with so many different photographers is like, what does that person want, but how can I make that for myself?
Yeah. Like,
you as a model have to make sure that you're not putting yourself aside to make the photographer happy. Like, yes, you want to make sure the shoot, it comes out exactly how they want it, but you also want to make sure you put your little touch on it so that they see the model that you are. Exactly. It's the same thing for photographers, right?
Exactly. The thing about, I guess, what separates me from other photographers is that I kind of like, I want to use your vision. I want you to be as comfortable as possible to like make this your shoot, rather than like mold you to be somebody else and then you're on stage like hella uncomfortable because it's not you. I want you to be like, you know, what clothes do you have? What can we like match together? Yeah. How can you be so comfortable?
Play music while you shoot.
Yes,
that is a key.
Yes.
You're actually
awkward as hell.
Exactly. You're like actually one of the only photographers I know that does that.
No,
like I've worked with a few that like they do it if you request it, but like you're the only one I know like constantly like, I know when I'm coming to your shoot, like we're gonna vibe and we're gonna hear something playing.
That's mad weird.
No, usually it's like dead silent and like all you see is your backdrop and they're just like left, right. Okay, no, let's change that pose.
Oh, God.
That works. So, but are you kind of like you like moving models?
Yes, and I like for you to feel the vibe. Get comfortable, basically. Like you're here to have fun, not to be structured.
I think that's been like a trend this season. Like for all the photographers that for the past episodes that I've had, they all wanted moving models. But like in the past, working as a model, people wanted you to be stiff.
Yes.
And I feel like that's changing now, and I like that.
It's changing because I feel like now we're looking more at the models and not the clothes.
Yeah.
Before it was very like, okay, show the glasses.
Make sure
show the... Yeah, and it was like, forget the model. Like, put a bag on the head of a model and look at the clothes. But now it's like, who's this girl?
Because you want them to be more realistic now.
Yes, exactly.
Huh. So is there any advice that you would give to a up-and-coming model or a model who's in the industry who's realized like she needs to change or he needs to change something?
Be weird. That's all I have to say.
Be weird?
Be weird. Don't come here, like, just overly.
So don't want to be Tyra. Just you want to be yourself.
Want to be yourself. Like, because think about it. Everybody goes home and they have some type of insecurity. So, who can look at you and be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be weird. And 100% or like 115% of the time, it's like, who's that person? Because they're weird.
That's true. You want to be memorable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another thing that you do that's different from all the photographers I've shot with before is that you actually shoot with both men and women.
Yes.
You'll be surprised like how many photographers, especially male, they're like, oh, I only shoot women, or I mostly shoot women, or some that say, I get one or two guys like during fashion week, but for the rest of the year I only do women. So how did you start working with men?
I started working with men with this one specific person named Jerome. And
shout out to him. Do you want to shout out his Instagram?
Shout out to Jerome Hines. Jerome Modeling. Got you. Yeah, but he's not afraid to tap into color. And I think that's what also gave like the males that look at my page like, if he could do color without it being like,
awkward
flamboyant, then it's like, I could do this too, because she's not about like, put glitter on the male as well. Like, I'm here to also learn about the person and what they, what they like.
So
what
he
colors
inspired
they like.
you to do that, and from there you just kept going.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for male models specifically?
Male models, loosen up. Loosen up.
You find them more uptight than the girls?
Yes, because it's like it's very minimal. Like you don't really know what to do. But you could also loosen up and make it, artistic. So
you want them to be manly, but you want them to not be afraid to play around with like feminine.
Yes, because at the end of the day, it's how you look, but then it's also how I'm viewing the angles. So you could feel a certain way, and the most awkward you are,
comes out best.
I'm pretty sure it comes out best.
That's another trend for this season. Every photographer has said the weirdest thing, the most awkwardest, terrible feeling thing comes out better on camera.
Yes. So be weird. Be weird.
What do you think about practicing? Because we had like a little discussion about this before. Models who practice the night before, do stuff like that. What would you stop that, or do you think it's good to know what poses you have in mind?
I think it's good to know, but then I think at the end of the day, once you get in front of the scene, it all leaves you. So I think it's just best to just come as you are. It's alright to practice your faces and stuff, but just come as you are, because I guarantee you're gonna be like, oh my god, what did I remember from yesterday?
That's a good point too. Would you like to shout out yourself, your IG, your
yes.
What social networks do you have?
I'm mainly on Instagram because that's pictures.
Okay.
So it's at G0LDHRTD, Goldhearted.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I'll link it here below. And so you're saying mostly IG?
Mostly IG. Right now my website is down, so don't click on that link. But yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I'm like advertising now. That's where everybody just like
cool.
Yeah.
And are there any like last things that you say I have to? Anything you want to share that you're like, I think this is like the thing that everyone should keep in mind?
I think everyone should express themselves, whether they are in a photo shoot or not. Like just go out and just basically walk the world like it's your runway, because life is not promised. So you do want to like just drop all insecurities and just be yourself.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sitting with us.
You're welcome.
All right, everyone. So, as you know, I'm Zoe Lead, and this is
Gold Hearted.
And you'll see us. Well, you'll see me next week. Thank you again.
No problem.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Weird. That's such great advice. Thank you again to Shayavia. I chose to feature her because I wanted to show that there are some amazing women working behind the scenes in entertainment. I also want everyone to remember to constantly encourage and empower other non-traditional creatives to continue creating, to continue being weird. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much. Please like this video, share this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe.